Elliott. Cross in low. Burns! Ashton Gate erupts. Wes Burns has won it for Bristol City.
When Wes Burns was called up to the Fulwell squad this week, a sense of enormous pride was felt throughout the club's academy setup. Burns is one of 3 academy products who have become regulars in the club's first team, alongside midfielder Bobby Reid and wing-back Joe Bryan. So just how important is an academy to a football club these days? Especially when spiralling transfer fees, combined with financial fair play regulations, continue to extend the gap between the Premier League elite and the rest.
Huge in terms of obviously the investment, in terms of what it means to the people in and around the city to see local boys forging ahead and trying to get into that first team. It's what everybody wants.
What's your ultimate aim for the academy then?
I think it's to get as many Bristol boys into the first team, in and around that, and certainly the progression through the under-21s, through the 18s, and through the age groups, to see people progress. And with regards to local people and local boys, the more the better, and that's what we want in an ideal world.
City's youth recruitment is headed up by former player and manager Brian Tinnion, whilst Damien Butt is tasked with securing the very best young talent in the region.
We've looked in Spain now. We're looking at obviously under-21 players in Spain, but predominantly as an academy we want to get the best players in Bristol, and we need to get that locked down, and we've got a lot more scouts now than when we started in Bristol, and hopefully we can get them best ones from this area first. Then if there's something from further afield, then we'll certainly look at it.
And there's a number of ways that we would pick up a player. We've obviously got a number of scouts in Bristol and the surrounding region. We have a player profile which is a number of attributes that we're looking for in a player, and he would then obviously be scouted either in the community, at a development centre, at a district school. We would then obviously assess him, ensuring that he fits our profile, and then we would look to obviously invite him in.
Once on board, the aim is to ensure as many youngsters as possible progress through the ranks to ultimately join the likes of Burns, Reid and Bryan in the first team one day.
We're trying to get the 18s closer to the 21s and the 21s closer to the first team. Pre-season was great. The 21s and first team were essentially one training group for a number of weeks before they went to Portugal, and we were fortunate that a couple of the boys actually went out to Portugal as well. So the manager and the staff have been really helpful at trying to feed stuff down into the academy, and then we're trying to bump people up. So we're trying to do all we can, but it's tough for the boys, but we're trying to make it as gradual as we can into the first team. I mean, other clubs have brought players in of sort of 19, 20 years of age. We try to go the other way and promote players up and through, so it does take time. We're lucky now that the group we've got, they're still 18, 19 years of age, but they've probably played 30, 40 under-21 games where we fast-track them through. So I think you've got to understand that short-term results will suffer in the games, but you're seeing the benefits now where lads are still young in age but are really experienced at that level.
Of course, not every young prospect can make the grade at Ashton Gate, so the academy works hard to ensure youth players gain vital qualifications for future life if a professional contract isn't forthcoming.
We'd like all the young players to go on and become professional footballers, but unfortunately that's not always the case. So we have to make sure that their education isn't prejudiced by being a member of Bristol City's academy.
Scholars will spend at least 10 hours in the classroom each week, and Coleman, who has been with the club since 1990, believes there's a strong link between brightness in studies and excellence on the pitch.
Football and education are complementary, so the kind of skills that you learn in the classroom, the concentration, the ability to take in information, respond to instructions, we think are absolutely vital for the players. And we've found over the years that there's a huge correlation between those who do well in the classroom and those who do well on the playing field. I mean, Joe Bryan is an excellent example of that.
It's clear the academy plays a key part in City's future prosperity, and the staff are committed to doing all they can to ensure the best players have every chance of achieving their full potential.
The lads now have got a lot more at their disposal in terms of knowledge, in terms of sports science, medical, the facilities. But maybe in our day there wasn't those facilities, and there wasn't those structures that made you probably a little bit more robust, a little bit hardier, probably had to fight for things a little bit more. things were tougher for sure. So things are very different, but you know, we have to adapt, and we have to give our lads the best possible chance for them to progress.
We talk about Wes Burns, Joe Bryant, Bobby Reid. They're the ones they've got to want to follow, and you know that it's hard work, and I think that's the key to it all. You know, we get away from the fact that first of all you have to work hard. You know, forget the tactical, the technical. If you don't work hard and you haven't got a good attitude, you won't make it as a footballer. You have to be able to win, and you have to be a winner. Because if you're not a winner, you won't play in our first team.